A Wyoming company has discovered a huge deposit of rare earths in Sheridan County. Wyoming really is the stable center of North America, geologically speaking anyway. And a Cheyenne man who spent 32 years in prison for a crime he says he did not commit is making a new and better life for himself. We'll take a look at these stories and more today from Wyoming's largest news organization. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily. Ramaco Resources in northern Wyoming says it's discovered the largest unconventional rare earths deposit in the United States, a $37 billion bonanza that could make the Cowboy State ground zero for domestic production of the stuff. But the company is just getting started on determining the size of its prize. Ramaco has tested just a third of its 16,000-acre coal mine in Sheridan, which it bought sight unseen for $2 million in 2011. Ramaco estimated in May that it had 800,000 metric tons of rare earths. Since then, as testing has continued, that's been revised upward to 1.2 million. Well, ego can prompt many into thinking that the universe revolves around them, but for people in Wyoming, that's true to an extent. That's because North America as we know it basically spun off from the giant stable block of the Earth's crust that's under present-day Wyoming. That's according to Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi.
While the continental plates around the United States have been shifting and moving and replacing themselves over billions of years, the crust underneath Wyoming has stayed untouched and pure. We're talking about rock that's 2.5 billion years old that's under the entire state of Wyoming. So that makes Wyoming, without a doubt, the most stable spot in the United States and possibly North America.
However, there is one noticeable challenge to that stability: Yellowstone National Park. Wyoming simultaneously contains some of the planet's oldest, most stable sections of the crust and one of its largest hotspots. Well, the crash of an Air Force C-130 Hercules in Jackson Hole in 1996 is still vivid in the memories of those living in the area when it happened. The impact created a fireball that could be seen for miles. Cowboy State Daily's Jake Nichols writes that the crash wasn't only never forgotten, but it went a long way towards sweeping changes in procedure and implementing new guidelines concerning pilot training.
Flying in mountainous terrain is challenging for the best of pilots, I know, but I just couldn't get my arms around how U.S. Air Force pilots, the best in the world, could crash into a mountain that I well knew. Then I read the transcript of the flight cockpit recorder, and I knew I had to share the story with our readers.
I'll be back with more news right after this.
At Hilltop Bank, we understand that buying a home is a big decision. That's why we're here to be your trusted partner on the path to home ownership. Our experienced mortgage team will guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. We offer competitive rates and a wide variety of home loan options to best suit your needs. With our local knowledge and personalized service, you'll feel confident and comfortable throughout the entire home buying process. Contact us today to start your journey toward home ownership. Hilltop Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
A Lander native may have stumbled across a significant piece of Wyoming history for sale on eBay, a peace medal given to Chief Washakie by President Ulysses S. Grant in 1876. Kim Redding said that he found the medal on eBay priced at $2,000. If it's authentic, he said it's probably worth far more than that. Cowboy State Daily's Mark Hines spoke to Chief Washakie's great-grandson, who believes it may be the real deal.
He told me that, yes, there are family stories of Chief Washakie getting a medal from Grant, not personally given to him by Grant, but delivered from Grant's administration. But the family lost track of it, didn't know what happened to it after Chief Washakie passed away. Long story short, this could be authentic. This could be the real deal.
Redding, who now lives in Boise, Idaho, said he wants to see the medal come home to Wyoming. And Clarence Fisher was released from the Wyoming State Penitentiary in Rawlins in 2020 after spending 32 years there. Now Cowboy State Daily's Leo Wolfson reports that Fisher hasn't wasted a minute making up for lost time.
Fisher, back in 1988, says that he was pressured into confessing to a crime that he did not commit. Around 10 years into prison, he started reconnecting with his Judaism, the religion that he grew up on. He still had to serve 22 more years in prison, but he gave him a much better mentality and hope for the future.
Fisher hasn't let his anger at the system get in the way of taking full advantage of his newfound freedom. He's started his own handyman business, Sir Clarence LLC, and is working towards buying his own home. And that's today's news. If you're ready to unlock your daily dose of Wyoming, sign up for the Cowboy State Daily newsletter at www.cowboystatedaily.com. I'm Wendy Corr reporting.